are you sure? I mean, he actually tried to encourage me to not be with him. And I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Right there, kids.
Honestly, the only thing that which I've been a little bit more sensitive about now is there will be critiques, like when Jonathan and I are on the carpet. I think.
Hey guys, welcome to Little Black Book. Another one. It's your favorite dating and relationship coach. Yes, we're talking to you guys about this allegedly situation between Jonathan Majors and Megan Good. Apparently, she's paying all his bills, 75K on dog handling fees. She's paying his child support right now. Okay, she is the banker in this relationship. But the question we have to really ask is, allegedly, or why is she paying all the bills? And I think there is actually a deeper underlying issue here, because we did a part 1 to part 4, a breakdown of Megan Good and Devon Franklin, why they broke up and why they divorced. And then I did a video about her and Jonathan Majors. What we uncovered in the situation between Megan Good and Jonathan Majors is really simple. That she's covering his bills because, in essence, this is what she's always done. She's always taking care of other people to a point where we spoke about this in the last video, which is she is parentified. Okay, and when you're parentified, what tends to happen is you put your needs aside and your wants aside, and you tend to play the parental role in other people's lives. It makes you have value, it makes you feel seen, it makes you feel heard, because that's what you did as a child. Now, that's not a good thing, because actually what ends up happening is you put yourself in relationships where there's unbalanced and unequal. Now, they're not married, so I am asking the question, why would she want to pay all his bills? Because in reality, old boy is a man. Okay, all right, and you have to allow men to fall flat, hit their face on the ground to find a way to climb back up. It's not always that a woman has to take our hand and help us get back up, especially when you're not married. Like if you're married, I can understand, but they're not married. Now, this situation for me is a little bit problematic, and I'm gonna break it down for you why I believe it's problematic that she's paying all his bills, because I think there's a deeper underlying issue as to why that is. And so I don't want you to turn away the channel. Stick to this channel. Make sure you're liking, you're sharing, you're subscribing, you're clicking on that bell button for notification of uploads. We are going to break it down for you, what it means, why she decided to pay all his bills. And I know you got your own theories and your own thoughts, so comment down below in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are, and we're going to break this down on a deeper level. Again, don't change the channel. Like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification of the uploads. Okay, let's go to somewhere we need to go to kind of really break down how we got here. Okay, I want you to listen to this clip here.
It's courtesy of you.
Well, I looked at it like my mother before that time.
Did that give you a sense of accomplishment? Because you're a child. At the end of the day, you're still a child.
Yeah.
And a lot of what's coming into the home is courtesy of you.
Well, I looked at it.
Now let's pause it right there. This was an interview with obviously Shannon Sharp, and he was saying obviously you were a child when you were the one that was obviously bringing in a lot of the financial into the household. So there's a lot of dependence upon you and her sister. Now, whenever a child is being placed in a role where their finances are what is financing the home, meaning they're now that life is depending on their income, even though their mother was a manager of them too, the income was coming in and supplying the household, meaning there's pressure on that child. That child has to grow up much quicker than they would need to if they were a child with the bills being paid for them. Now, when that happens, what ends up happening is a child will take that mindset into adult relationships where they start playing the motherly role. They're always caretaking. They're people pleasing. They're failing to say their needs and their wants. They like to play Bob the Builder. We'll discuss that in a second or two. But they like projects, because as a parent, you're building a project. Your child is your project. You are investing in that child with the return of that child becoming a great adult. But you can't do that in romantic relationships. You don't invest in someone. They should be that person already. They're a human being who's an adult already. And so when you start investing in that potential, you end up becoming Bob the freaking Builder. Okay? Now, one thing that men go and hate is Bob the freaking Builder. Trying to build them up. Now, of course, Jonathan Majors isn't necessarily the normalist Bob the Builder, because he's already accomplished. He's, a renowned actor, international. He's just having a hard time right now. So someone could say, well, actually, no, she's just helping him out for the time being. He's down on his luck. He'll get back up. And I'm more than likely believe he will get back up. I don't have no qualms about that. My issue is that this is typical behavior of Megan Good, I feel like, where she wants to caretake. And whenever you get into that space of caretaking, it's not your true and authentic type of energy. And how long will she caretake for? We don't know, right? We got 75K on dog handling fees, and you're paying his child support. Forget a dog, because the dog is mutual. I think they both want the dog, but the child support is his finances. He should go to the courthouse, tell the courthouse, hey, look, I've lost income. I'm not married to this woman, so for now, I need to change the income I'm paying towards this woman. Simple. Why is she deciding to upkeep it? Because she's doing more than has been asked of her. Now, that doesn't mean he didn't ask her. That does not mean he didn't ask her. What I'm saying by her doing more than she's been asked of is she's going above and beyond, right? And oftentimes, when we do that, we're looking to be seen and heard and understood. We are playing Mother Teresa roles in order for people to celebrate us and want us and desire us. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, I've spoken about Megan Good and her background and how I believe it's more of a fearful, avoidant aspect and the way that she relates. So a lot of her value is coming from servitude. Something that fearful avoidance do is that they place a lot of value in being everybody's servant and being useful to everybody. And the moment they feel like they're not useful is the moment they start feeling abandoned and like nobody wants them. And so they start feeling like they've been rejected or betrayed. And so to avoid that feeling, they play this role from the anxious side, the anxious, preoccupied side of them. Because fearful avoidance, what they do is they're both anxious and also avoidant. And what ends up happening is that they end up playing a role where they will seek to earn the love and earn their keep. So her paying all his bills right now is about earning all the keep, but it's a pattern that she has seen in her childhood and is exhibiting as an adult.
Like, my mother, before that time, had did everything on her own with an older brother who had special needs, and then me and my sister, and then ultimately when she remarried, my stepbrother, and then she adopted my younger sister.
So her mother was also in a certain type of role where she was caretaking for a lot of things and a lot of people, and caring for different people. And seeing that, it might inspire some strength and some faith that I can do this too. And I want to hold this man down because the previous relationship didn't work out, right? But I think it's in her system, it's in her blood, it's in her patterns of behavior, so I say, of her actually caretaking. And so when we talk about parentification, what we really mean is a child is forced to take on a role of a supportive adult within their family. Now, this makes you uber serious. It can make you it can make you yearn for freedom. It can make you feel like, you need less constraints in life. You may feel like, you reject authority. It can make you hyper independent, right? Now, if you've ever watched my other videos, we saw a clip with Megan Good and Devon Franklin, and she spoke about needing her freedom. So we knew already that she's been constrained before. So why will she want to go back into a relationship where she's going to be constrained again? Well, she's proving that she is lovable once more again. She's having to prove that she is that good woman that is Megan Good. She's proven again her worth, that she can hold a man down. She's proven that again she is somebody who is worthy of that love. But in reality, all that's happening is, yes, it's good to cover your partner, but is this a little bit too early? I know it's a year in, but the fact of the matter is she's been holding him down, actually, since he's been in his trial. It's been a bit much. She's been holding him down in very, very difficult circumstances, and they're not even married yet. So it's given me a little bit of pause concern. Plus, her friends were also saying that they were a little bit concerned. We know that already. But she said herself, she's going to make her own decisions and her own choices. Okay? All right. So they said no one knows what Megan sees in this guy. I can tell you what she sees in him. She sees a project. She sees somebody who she can get validation from if she builds him up, and who can love her when she does it. Okay. It becomes an ego boost. It also begins to help them see their own value, and poor boundaries are a part of this. When you have really bad boundaries, and you become a people pleaser, you tend to try and people please people so that they can also see you and do what you need them to do. An inability to actually express how you feel or what you need from your partner can lead you in a state where you're consistently doing passive aggressive movements by serving to get your needs met. So I do see how this can actually happen to Megan Good and how she would allegedly be in this situation. Okay? All right? And remember, she also said that he encouraged her not to be with her, and she decided to take a chance and said, no, I'm going to do it anyway. Right? I want to see the best in you. I want to see the good in you, but you're doing Bob the Builder situations. Let that man rise on his own 2 feet. Let him get back up to his own 2 feet. When a man falls, he needs the opportunity to stand up on his own 2 feet. I'm not saying you can't bring help, but paying 75k in dog fees, and then you also paying for his child support. Forget the 75. The child support is what's killing me. That's his own situation that he needs to handle. If you weren't there, what would you have done? If you weren't there, Megan, what would you have done? He would have found a way. So sometimes we need to allow men, specifically men, to fall on their faces and figure it out. But that's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down below. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of uploads. We appreciate you guys.